Hey there, happy Friday afternoon. Welcome. Dr. Jason Dean, drjasondean.com, your source for health, freedom, and knowledge. It's a Friday afternoon. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing these lives on Facebook. I have gone away from the old kind of studio show situation. Let me know if you like that or not. I talked to a lot of you throughout the week as well, and you messaged me. Let me know if you like that. I'm going to keep this up, but I also want to, I might throw some studio stuff back in because with this method, I don't get to share the screen because of the way it works. And I'm a techie guy, but I don't feel like diving into that tech. Whereas stuff I get online or get on the studio, I can share stuff with you. So I'll play around that, try to work that out. Woke up this morning. Actually, it occurred last night. I was friends in town, and we were out in our back porch. It's Florida, so it's beautiful outside. So we have a pool, an enclosure, and then also a back deck. But 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, I can sit on my back porch. We have a whole bunch of, my wife has set it up beautifully with all the furniture and everything else. So just sitting out back, and around 11 o'clock roughly, my eyes started burning, and he was showing me something on the computer. My eyes were burning, and I'm like, that's not normal. That's like really not normal. I'm like, and he's like, what's wrong with your eyes? I'm like, maybe they're dry. It's late. And so we got up this morning, and as soon as I got up, I smell smoke. Not like the house is burning down smoke, but just like this underlying smoke smell. Like, what is that? I look over, we have a couple industrial style air filters in the house. We use Jasper. I think if you go to jaspr.co/Dr. Dean, I think you can get a discount on them. I haven't used it in a long time, but it's out there. And our air filters were up in the orange. It goes green, orange, red for your air quality. And they're always in the green. It was orange. And I'm like, what is happening? I went to the other side of the house. I found the filter, same thing. I was like, why am I smelling? Like, it smells like burning. I checked stuff in the house, but I could tell it wasn't a house burning or electrical burning. It was almost wood burning. I walked outside. Oh my gosh. It was really bad. And there was a haze outside. I looked at the news this morning. Nothing showed up that was really terrible. But then this afternoon, I drive to the office, and I was like, it's really bad. And so I finally look up this afternoon, and they're doing a burn of a couple hundred acres, literally under 5 miles away. I'm like, oh. So pay attention to that stuff, because between what's going on in the sky, what's going on in the air, burning, whether it's controlled burn or it's wildfires, it's crazy. That's why we have the Jasper filters. They're really, really good. But that was interesting because there's a lot of people that are dealing with stuff. So we've been doing a lot of controlled burns in Florida, and every once in a while, like it raspy throat, dry. My eyes were at pain last night. It was very strange. So I'm assuming they started it like last night, or they were getting ready for it. But interesting. I'm going to go into here in a second 22 plus medications. It's completely insane. 22 plus medications. We're going to talk about that. Pinworm infections and the disaster or the mess that they create in your gut. We're going to talk about a lot of gut stuff coming up very soon, because I am actually seeing tons of gut people in the office, and it's the parasite, guys. It's unbelievable. So we'll go into all that too, and give you some more information there. We're doing a lot of MVX tests. So people ask, how do I get my MVX test done? drjasondean.com/MVX. That's M as in Mary, V as in Victor, X as in xylophone, right? That's just letting you know, MVX. It stands for Metabolic Vulnerability Index score. I do them daily in the office. I read them daily in the office. You can go to drjasondean.com/MVX. And it's giving me amazing numbers. And as an example, I have people who will get regular blood work done. It will come back either normal or mostly normal. I do an MVX and it's not normal. So I am catching things. I want to make this very well known. I catch things for you before your other blood work's going to catch it. I'm going to catch things for you before your medical doctor catches it. This is an everyday occurrence for me in the office, right? In my staff, and my associates, if you work with one of them. We find things that are going on with you before the medical system finds out, before your other blood tests find out. Really important, because then I can help you shift that and change that before you ever fall into a bad situation. And here's the bad situation. 22 medications. 22. Before I dive into that story, I want you guys to know, if you look on the site, if you go to shop over there, I am a physician, I am a doctor. I provide and I use doctor or physician grade supplements. What that means is you're not going to find my supplements in a store. If you do find them on Amazon, they're counterfeit, meaning companies buy other supplements, they print labels, they put them on those supplements as if they're some of the ones we use. Our companies do not do that. You go through us to get the real stuff. So if you're getting Amazon stuff, keep in mind, Amazon, I've read the majority, over 50% of Amazon product supplements are not real supplements. So I don't know which ones. I haven't gone into it deep. I just read the statistic. I would be really careful out there. One of the ones you'll see is doctors' research or food research. Paradysbiozyme. Sorry, the camera is doing a reversal of that. It's not mirrored. So Paradysbiozyme. For any of you out there who have done a parasite cleanse or are wanting to start out with doing a parasite cleanse, obviously you can buy the liquid protocol, but I also recommend this, Paradysbiozyme. It's very inexpensive. I think it's like $34, right? If you take roughly 6 a day, you can get this in that 2-week program between the full moon and the new moon. Amazing product. Amazing product. I use it. Biofilms, everybody. Biofilms. Everyone has biofilms. Parasites use biofilms to protect themselves. Biofilm detox. You'll find this on the website. I'm going to be telling you a lot about that. And then here's just 2 random ones. They'll be up on the site soon. But if you're taking magnesium out there, be really careful what magnesium you're taking. Magnesium complex, I use this. I also use calcium complex. So if you are in need of that stuff, those will be all being put up on the website as we go. A lot of them are up there now already, but we'll be putting more up there. Check those out because they're really, really great. I recently spoke yesterday with a gentleman in his 60s. This gentleman was sent to the medical system, and let me tell you how fast this gets out of control. Now, he let me know that he was diagnosed with heart problems and specifically congestive heart failure. Now, what do we know about congestive heart failure? I absolutely know if you have congestive heart failure, the gut is not working correctly. I also know you have a parasitic infection. I also know you most likely have a bacterial infection. Right off the bat, right? Now, that doesn't even include, do you have mold, do you have metals, do you have toxins, microplastics, radiation, etc. I know when we're dealing with the heart, you have a parasitic issue and you have a bacterial issue. Your blood work will show me that. My MVX test will show me that. There's no getting around that. Because as your blood numbers go up, and I know a lot of you are like, oh my gosh, but the cholesterol is high. Well, is it high? Because 222, that's right. I'll say it again, 222. 222 is the ideal blood cholesterol number. Did you know that? I know many of you are trying to get under 200. Your medical doctors want you under 200. They'll put you on a statin to get you under 200. Why are you running to under 200? Now, do you go as high as 240, 250? Okay, that's fine. Those numbers, though, let me know that you're dealing with an infection. Because the cholesterol, and you can go look at my past videos, and this cholesterol is part of your immune system. Are you dealing with an infection? This gentleman, congestive heart failure is what he was diagnosed with. Major heart issues, energy issues, sleep issues, like in real trouble. But here's the crazy part. They put him, he is currently taking right now, today's the day of twos. He's taking 22 medications. I have no words for that. Can you imagine being on 22 medications? This gentleman in his 60s is on 22 I talked to him, I talked to his son, and I said, was he ever diagnosed with diabetes? They go, no, he's not diabetic. I go, wait a second, hold on. You're telling me they diagnosed him with congestive heart failure, they have him on 22 medications, and they're saying he's not diabetic? If he has a heart that's breaking down, I guarantee you there's too much sugar, because I guarantee you he has a bacterial and a parasitic infection. I guarantee you I can find it in the blood work. And I guarantee you his blood sugars are too high, which are feeding all of the infections in the blood circulation. And it's leading to, partially, if not all, his congestive heart failure. But can you imagine being on 22 medications? I don't know what to tell you. And that's not completely abnormal, everybody. I mean, the average person I see is on at least 5 or 10. And every once in a while, I get these cases of 22 medications. This is how fast it goes downhill. Here's another one from this week. I could do lives every day of just telling you insane cases that I see in my office, that I personally see, that the medical system has completely destroyed. And you know what's funny? Not funny? Every one of these, I can bring you back to parasites, bacteria, and toxins. And you can put a load of stuff in the toxins, right? You can put synthetics, you can put mold, metals, chemicals, plastics, it doesn't matter. None of the medical system knows how to handle this, but yet I get these people every single week. I get these people with real numbers, real blood numbers, real supplements, getting rid of the parasites, the bacteria, the toxins, and I get their numbers to move. I get their symptoms and problems to go away. I just recently had a wonderful woman who I've worked with for a long time. She's fantastic. She was having dental work done. And they told her to take an antibiotic before the dental work. This is very common in dentistry. Now, I'm not going to say not to take an antibiotic. I'm not a dentist. I'm not a medical doctor, so I'm going to stay out of that world. I'll just tell you I see the same thing over and over again. All right? She asked me, should I take it? I said, I can't tell you to take it or not take it, but I'll tell you, just so you know, and this is a public health announcement from Dr. Dean to every one of you out there watching now. Yes, people sometimes need dental work. Welcome to an industrialized society. It happens. I'm not telling you not to go get your teeth pulled. I'm not telling you, I get it, right? Can we regenerate teeth? Sure, but it takes time. You got to get everything out of your system to do it. It's not just as simple as all the influencers say it is on social media. You don't just throw them back like that. So I said, hey, I can't tell you not to do it, but I just can tell you this. If you take antibiotics, so for everybody out there, whether it's like 1 or 2 doses, or it's, a Z-Pack or whatever they want to call it, you're nuking your system. Now, I'm not saying there's not a time and place. I usually say it's a zombie apocalypse, right? But for a dental work, so she ended up taking it. Everybody, She took this stuff for a couple days and it completely nuked her system. A system that I was building up. Now I'm working with her, and again, she's wonderful. So like, she's very willing to do what we need to do. But I had to actually take her off of everything that I had her on, and I had to restart her on all microbiome products, because only a couple days of antibiotics and it exploded and destroyed and nuked her microbiome. Now, here's a question for you. How many rounds of antibiotics have you done? Folks, I'm not saying don't take medications. That's not my world to be in. Think very long and thoughtful, logically, pragmatically about if you're going to do antibiotics in your life. Again, if there's a case for it, I understand. I'm not telling you not to. I have a disagreement with them. Like, anti is against, biotic is life, bio-life, anti-life, against life. Its job is to not delineate between good and bad bacteria. Its job is to wipe out everything in its path. Did you know the microbiome is not just in the gut? You have a brain microbiome. You have a skin microbiome. You have eye microbiome. You have oral microbiome. You have nasal mucosa microbiome. You have fingernail microbiome. You have heart microbiome. You have lung microbiome. You name something in the body, it has its own specific to you microbiome. So when you do the antibiotics, it nukes it. When I say nukes it, it literally like nukes, nuclear bomb. It erases civilization. Your microbiome is a civilization of bacteria. Good and bad, it erases it. Not in the good. That woman started getting very nauseous afterwards. She wanted to throw up. Her appetite became very poor. I'm having to take everything, put it all aside. I have to restart her. I have to rebuild her. It's going to take time, and it's not overnight. That takes potentially years to rebuild. So really, really think on that before you dive into it. And then lastly, I told you this a while ago, and today was confirming of it. You know, talk about these parasites, right? Pinworms. Pinworms. Long time ago, I was told by a colon hydrotherapist that pinworms are the reason behind appendix issues. Now, you'll be told by the system that your appendix is not necessary. It's just there, you know, like it's just there. Like, that's what the medical system does. Oh, we can get rid of the gallbladder. You don't really need it. It's just there. Oh, no, it's just a major part of your digestive cycle. Your appendix, oh, it's just there. It's just this little thing that's there. No, it actually creates good bacteria. Your appendix is actually necessary for creating good bacteria in your system. So when you get the appendix taken out, now I'm not saying you can't have an emergency, and I understand there's times and places for things. Have you looked at the parasites yet? Have you looked at the microbiome yet? Remember, your brain, your heart, your lung, nothing works without your gut working. And when your microbiome is off, because your appendix is all beat up, and there's pinworms or other parasites in your appendix, that will be problems. So I talked to someone today, and she said, hey, when I was younger, I had a pinworm problem. And they give one dose of a medication, I don't recall what she called it, and then they remove the appendix. And she said, today, she goes, I still have pinworms. Now, do you think those pinworms just stay in the appendix? No. They will go throughout the colon. They will go throughout the small intestine. And it's interesting because as we have this new world of mental health crisis in America, you know, I just talked to a staff member the other day about this. I said, the mental health crisis is not up here. Now, is your mind being messed with? Yeah, 100% sure. A lot of people are having a lot of spiritual problems right now. They're having a lot of crisis in their mind, right? Understood. Totally get it. but it's not in here, right? What helps make this brain, when I point to here, it's on my head, it's my brain. What makes it work, or help makes it work? Well, in the gut, we make something called neurotransmitters. What does that mean? Neuro is brain, transmitter is a transmission of a signal. If you pick up a phone, right, and you call somebody, you are transmitting a signal from you to them to communicate, right? Well, the gut makes neurotransmitters, and it takes those neurotransmitters and it sends it to the brain. Why? Our neurological system, our nervous system, our brain, our nerves, our spinal cord, our cells, our body runs off of neuro communication, transmission. So when your gut sends the building blocks and the pieces, the neurotransmitters to the brain so it can work. If your gut is destroyed, if you're overloaded with parasites, overloaded with bacteria, overloaded with toxic metals, chemicals, plastics, molds, etc. If you've got pinworms in your appendix, which is attached to your intestine, do you know what those things do? They destroy your neurotransmitters. It means your brain's not getting them. It means your brain's not working. You will not function when your neurotransmitters are being stolen. You need those to operate every single aspect of the human body. So she's had a pinworm problem since when she was young. And now decades later, we're still dealing with not just the pinworm problem, but then it becomes an entire parasitic bacterial swamp in the gut, which makes the brain not work as well as it should, and it brings somebody down. And then it makes the nervous system and immune system slowly go down. So we have to work on this. We have to fix this, everybody, or you end up like the person I just talked about a little bit ago on 22 medications. Head over to the store. Let's start you on a parasite protocol. Let's start you on the liquid full moon protocol. It's right on the front page, drjasondean.com. You'll find it. Core Artemisia blend, Core Para-V blend, and drainage tone. Go check that out. Go grab Paradysbiozyme and biofilm detox. Because those parasites try to get rid of the parasites will put a biofilm over themselves so that you can't get rid of them. Really important. And then we will continue talking about gut. It's so important. We got to get that gut healed. And yeah, do the best you possibly can. And if you would like to grab your Metabolic Vulnerability Index blood test, the MVX Plus test, drjasondean.com/MVX. That's Metabolic MV Vulnerability X Index. drjasondean.com/MVX. Grab yours today. Everybody, I want you to have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy it, heal, be safe, be productive, get some rest, all the above. The protocol is on the page, Danny. Yes, it is, drjasondean.com. You can get the liquid protocol right on the front page. You can't miss it. And then if you dive into the shop, up at the top, there's a shop. You can get into the other products as well. And then you'll see a red button there to get an MVX Plus test as well. Very inexpensive. The best test you're going to find. Lorraine, we will get you started. Get the protocol, get your MVX test. I will help you through the whole process. It is so beneficial, right? Go jump over there. This test gives me insight that you're not going to get from any other doctor. And we're going to get you started. We're going to get you helped, okay? We got to get rid of those parasites. We got to get you healthy again. We're going to restore your health. As always, love, serve, and help the best you possibly can. I am Dr. Jason Dean. Again, have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. Be well. Take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.